National Member Blunawai.
Hello, display. Number one, asking the assassin. Question the Minala talks away, even Minister of Health, Housing. Relative Bamila Nawa, Christu through the lane. Planning to forget from this law, COVID-19 young. So when I promise I can sing what when I tell to me to understand.
Honorable, Minister, Member of the Wife, Health Minister and staff, so you like relative asking
COVID-19. A little bit more correct wrong. Only it now not come down. Lockdown and lockdown. We like asking this law. This similar. When it comes to by this law, COVID-19 only team and all go free and no other question law in and also. I'm 111, 110 and people question is of the country living. Before you make our business, sleeping candidates were told us and COVID by stop wanting to me end. Now you by cleaning the main and putting was this talking as come clear. So Papua New Guinea to illegal agent you made stuff. For something is our country living so. This is a promise Minister of Health Council in this relic takes away a little Bromina to temple a little country.
Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I need to thank you, Member of the asking this question, come answering or me answering, giving priority as to what is happening along COVID-19. And it is not only sick that is affecting PNG. Over 213 countries globally is now faced with this virus, COVID-19 or coronavirus. And so Papua New Guineans, as we play in trial-based management, must now learn to live with COVID-19 and adjust to living with COVID-19 amidst us. So we like making talk about senior member of parliament, and you ask him a question, kissing mouse for citizens and every one of us is that as in globally, like Papua New Guinea, you may start in face with a situation where you may be sick, not only affecting sadly sick, but also can affect him economy. So the choice between readjusting and to live with COVID-19 became our ideal choice instead of just going on a hard lockdown for the rest of this year to try to shut out COVID-19. Me like Togo, on the hardly you may really stop him or shut him out COVID-19 as people are trying best long working earlier in the part of this year. Mr. Speaker, many would not have appreciated, but the Minister of Immigration and Border Control, as early as January, took some measures to stop people come back from, especially people who have traveled into Chik, uncontrolled. Biological link between first case and second case. 19 long Kokopo and link of first case, despite over 100 contact tracing, to blind or match. And time will make him detailed study long blood or study long virus makeup. In as far as epidemiology is concerned, there was no clear link between these two first and second cases. So one thing that we established very early, for us to stop the country from performing, it was for us to really take stock of where COVID-19 was. And as we speak today, and every one of us is clear about the capacities we have in our health system to be able to handle effectively stage 4 long coronavirus in our country, which established as community transmission. So plenty we play clear, we play work one time more provincial health authorities, long talking more to be sensitive. If there is an increasing trend of cough and illness that may look like COVID-19, we will zero in. But those that have not been showing up as COVID-19 presence, me as I speak do not have the luxury of being 100% certain whether they do not have COVID-19 or not. Says are not doing testing, and the results haven't come back in, but as we speak today, 11 provinces got presence for COVID-19. And may I give him assurance, long member and this House of Parliament, this Parliament or some, we will not have a hard lockdown again. We are adjusting under the new normal operation manual or living requirements and protocols to live with COVID-19. We are adjusting our life to live with COVID-19. As you could see, Mr. Speaker, Ms. Sanablo here, because I have a vacant second chair, then I am unmasked. It's a request of everyone, when you're 1 meter within close proximity of each other, it is in your own interest and the interest of our society and country for you to be masked, for you to wash hands, keep social distancing, no can touch him or cigarette, to have workplace distance in as far as person-to-person contacts are concerned, and for us to adjust, live with COVID-19 for the balance of this year instead of being maybe ported on COVID-19. Member, you ask him. Health Minister will do a detailed parliamentary statement on the status of COVID-19, how Jimmy war coming up now, including all the expenditures and operation, where we are in as far as COVID-19 and what is the new normal going forward. Through a parliamentary statement, the Health Minister will release a statement for our understanding and appreciation, and for the nation to be aware to live with it for the balance of this year. It will be stressful, but it is for your own health, health of you and our family of you, and health of our nation. And I appeal to our citizens out there to be sensitive that we are living amidst 1.5 million Canadians to all districts and provinces nationwide. We're not just talking. Provincial treasuries, district treasuries are now encouraged. If your citizens don't have masks, please buy masks and supply them. If you must make intervention in our hospitals and districts at the level where you are supposed to make, please, I encourage all our districts and provinces to show a keen interest with our health officials on the ground as to what we can do in respect to trying our best to address health needs on the ground in our respective districts and provinces nationwide. But, Mr. Speaker, our nation is now adjusting to live with COVID-19. I encourage this House, we will not shut down again our country, but we will adjust to live with COVID-19, and we're preparing our hospitals and our different health facilities nationwide to be responsive. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Good response. Nice assurance.
The Honourable Member of Lok Kandep.
This is in relation, Mr. Speaker, firstly I'd like to thank the government for making available almost 2 million kina each to each of the district for the purposes of COVID-19. My question is essentially that once the payments were made to the different COVID accounts in each of the districts, we have not been provided with a guideline as to how we should use those funds. In those accounts, there are funds designated for different purposes, but we don't appear to have a guideline as to how we should spend and for what purpose. If there is a guideline, then could that be provided to all the members of Parliament? If the members of the government have it, then we, the members, and how much we have to spend on building wash basins, how much we have to spend on building toilets, how much we have to spend on building, buying PPEs and all of those sort of things. So that's why I'm raising this question. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the good member for that very important question in relation to the direct intervention in terms of COVID-19 funding. Financial instructions approved through COVID-19 funding. All the districts in Papua New Guinea, including members on the. I think the question specifically is asking on the guideline in terms of procuring. And my department has given a breakdown of how that funding. We are also sensitive to the issue that the proposed guideline might not be the same for each district, but there is a high level of flexibility as to what their priorities are and how they decide to use that funding. basically the guideline, and if the member has not got a copy of that guideline, I'm sure I'll forward to him. On this side, proposed guideline as to the expenditure of those funds. But basically, we are giving to each district so that the high level of priority that's allocated to them. So I thank the member. I think that's a question that most members are also asking. And in relation to that, we will give the guidelines. And it's a document that's been disseminated to the provincial treasuries and the district treasuries as well. So if the member has not got a copy, I'm willing to code all member for Kandep, and thank you, Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to give one or two questions to the Prime Minister. Coming up in September 16, that's a couple of weeks from now, and with COVID now, and it's going to be 45 cadet celebration in various local government councils, so various schools, Mr. Speaker.
For asking this question. 45 years of independence celebration coming up in we don't have a it must be state symbolic manner to get together, sort of conduct doing in September 16, but on a scale down sort of commemoration of this Independence Day for us. So keep a lookout when the controller issues those instructions. We will in the health sector or education or other. For instance, in our DSIP, there's some money allocated for administrative components. So please, districts already have start events that we can stage all over our country, getting our people to talk about a pool of fund for independence celebrations in the face of what we are going through. On budgets, you could access some small.
Governor of Eastern Highlands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to Ramo 2 project. Can the minister give an update on the status of this project? That's number one. And my second question is, can the minister explain why why? That's all, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister of State Enterprise.
For Eastern Highlands for this an important question. Mr. Speaker.